What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be another episode of my artistry series where I just like show y'all like kind of behind the scenes like moments of me working on my art. I can do like technique videos. We can really do like whatever with this, but I'm trying to be more intentional with showing y'all my artist project or my artist process because I don't know, I feel like I've been posting a lot of makeup videos now, so I feel like sometimes like people forget that I actually do art. Like I do this shit for real. Like, but yeah, I'm really excited to just like post this video because this was like months ago. I feel like this was like October, or it might have been earlier than that, like honestly, because like when I see my hair color, I'm like, yeah, that was like not even that late of 2024 because my hair is actually like red. But I've worked on this piece for so long. Like I feel like I worked on it for like at least half a year. Yeah, I can see by my color. Please ignore like my new growth in that area, but I see the color and I'm like, yeah, this was a very long time ago. But I finished this like a month or two ago, which is crazy. I feel like 2 months ago at this point, and it's hanging up and it just looks completely different than this. Like the house looks completely different, the tree, like everything looks so different, and I added so much stuff. So I will probably be posting like more videos so like y'all can catch up and see what it actually looks like now. But I ended up loving it, and it's really fun to like see these videos because I'm not someone who like always records my art like process. I used to do it a lot when I was like making like TikTok videos like of my art, but I just haven't been doing that. I just been like freestyling and just like not necessarily worrying about the camera being there, because sometimes when the camera is there, like it's just a lot, because like you have to be like in frame. I have to be very intentional on, okay, does this like look correctly, like can y'all see what I'm doing, stuff like that. And sometimes I just want to fucking create and not have to worry about like camera angles, being in frame and stuff like that. But I feel like it's nice to just show y'all like what I do, like how I'm like, moving now, because my art style has definitely changed within the last year, like very different. Like I'm gonna be honest, I was someone who years ago and even growing up, like I hated painting, and I feel like I realized I hated painting because whenever we painted, we had to do like realistic stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, like I can do some realism, like I can make this shit look real nice, but I just prefer like stylistic, like cartoon, like illustrative style. That's like how I like to, create. And growing up, it was just really hard to like get things to look as precise when you have people who can make a like painting look like a damn photograph. You feel me? But I've been like using different techniques like when it comes to painting, which I feel like have made it just a lot more enjoyable and like more fun. Like I'm basically taking like my illustrative style and just finding ways to incorporate like different like textures with painting, and I love it. I really do. Like I've been painting so much more, but like I also like neglected like doing my like drawings and stuff. So I've been trying to get back into drawings, and I'm just trying to create a balance between the two because I love both. And I have like certain projects that I'm like, okay, I really need to do this like in like pen, like on paper, like, and then there's stuff that I'm like, okay, this needs to be a painting because I want y'all to see the texture. I want you to see like the flow of the energy and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just like basically layering different greens at this point. This is gonna be some grass, so I just like to like layer stuff. Like I said, I've just been in love with texture, and I feel like it just gives an other element to it. Like, yes, my stuff is a little bit more abstract, and I feel like this technique comes from me like doing those like abstract paintings with 10,000 layers. Like I would just do like abstract like colors, like literally just using a palette knife and just like throwing paint on there, just moving it every type of way. So I feel like that experimental phase with all that stuff has kind of transferred into this style, if that makes any sense. Like kind of use the same techniques. I don't use a palette knife, but the layering is something that I took from that. And I'm doing another painting. Like I covered up a lot of stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I feel like that's just how it is, because like sometimes I'll try stuff and I'm like, okay, like I have an idea in my head, and like I look at it and I'm like, I don't like this. And sometimes like I'll try to keep painting with it and trying to create something that I like, but there's times when like I do end up finishing it and liking like what I created, and there's other times when I'm like, I just need to scrap this idea and just start from scratch. So that was kind of what I was doing with some of these paintings. Like, and some of these I feel like I may have covered up again, like months after I did this, because this has been a while. Because I'm like, bro, I don't even know where that is. Like, I don't think I have that, and I don't think I have that because that no longer exists like that. So I feel like don't be afraid to like cover up your stuff if you don't like it. I mean, you can keep it like that, but I'm going to reuse some canvas. Like, if I don't like how that looks, baby, we finna get some paint and cover it up so I don't have to pay for another canvas. But this project right here is something that I definitely actually like finish and stuff, and it's crazy because I finished it like 2 months ago and it took me forever to finish it. Like, there's just been so much stuff with like work and stuff that like sometimes it's hard to keep my balance with my art. Like, but it's something that I've been like focusing on a lot more now and just trying to be intentional because like I love my art. Like, I do eventually want to do like freelance work for like, comics or newspaper, like stuff. Like, I would love to do like science or medical like imagery, if that makes sense. So for like PSAs or flyers or like books, like textbooks and stuff like that. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do, like brand design. Like, I want to do an animated show, stop motion, 2D. So there's just so much stuff in my head. I want to do like a children book illustration, and like I'm literally like, what else do I want to do? And it's like 10 million different things. But I will eventually show the final product, hopefully, for this one. I think I have like some more footage of me painting this one. But this is actually hanging up in my bathroom right now. So I know it's basically, we're like halfway through Q1 of 2025. So I'm really trying to figure out what I want to do with my art this year. And I feel like the biggest thing I want to do with my art this year is take all those ideas and start bringing them to life. Because like there have been so many ideas I've put in sketchbooks, like so many concepts that I've been working on throughout the years, especially within the last like 3 years. And some of the stuff I just kind of let go because life was just life was lifing. But I think I just want to like be intentional and actually take the visions and do something with them, because what's the point of having all these ideas if I'm never going to actually do something with them? So y'all will definitely be seeing more art coming soon. So I hope y'all love my art stuff, because I love doing art, and I love makeup. Like, makeup is my heart and soul right there, and art is too. But there's some projects that I have been working on, and I'm really excited because they will probably be dropping like towards summertime more than likely. But I'm just really just trying to push myself with my art, because I know that there's so many different things that I can do, and there are things that I want to do within my career when it comes to art. But like, I can't wait for the opportunity to come to me, and that's what I feel like. So I'm like, okay, I want to do children's book illustration. Okay, I'm gonna illustrate a damn children's book so I can have the proof, so nobody can like question, like, can I do this? Yes, I can, because I already did it. This is in my blood at this point. There's a comic that I want to release. Like, I want to do like a series book, like a mystery like type book, some kind of like the what's that shit? It's the unfortunate events of like whatever that is. I can't remember what the series' actual name is, but it's something like that. I'm doing something that's similar to that, like not specifically that, but it's based on some, life stuff. So it'll be really fun. But I mean, it's also going to be a fiction book. But I'm excited about that project, the children's book that I have been working on and just like coming up with over the last couple months. And then there's a series that I wanted to do like months and months, and like not even months ago, years ago. And I kind of just like neglected, but it's time to tap into that. It's time to tap into that. And I feel like I've been like holding certain things off because I don't think I've really just thought about what do I want to do with my art. I kind of just have been neglecting my art, like, because as a teacher, like, there's so much stuff that I have to do, and I feel like sometimes I don't always have enough time to like practice my own craft. But I think that's very important for me to practice my own craft if I'm going to be teaching. So this is all like just me practicing so I can stay on my shit, because ain't nobody finna tell me that I didn't feel it off, because I haven't. I've really evolved, and that's what's crazy, because even the way I used to do like clouds and stuff is a completely different technique, and it's so much easier of a technique. And you can see how I'm also like playing with layers and stuff, like with just how I'm doing it. But yeah, like I just felt like it was just really important to just talk about goals and like what you want to do with your art, because I feel like sometimes we can get like caught up in like all the foolishness of life, and sometimes you forget what you want to do because like you're just trying to survive. And I feel like that's just been a universal thing right now, trying to survive, and I'm really trying to live, like, because with all this craziness going on, I feel like a lot of people have been begging for the arts to kind of fall apart, but I look at my art and like my talent and stuff as like ancestral blessings or gifts and stuff, and they didn't have the opportunities that I have. So I feel like it's really important for me to use these fucking gifts and put them to like literally just use them, like let people see you, like. And it's so funny because I do a lot of nature, like country scenes now, and I feel like people are often like, what are you drawing? And like, I'm not gonna lie, like some of this stuff does like represent certain like places like I visited or like, you know, with family and stuff like that. But some of this stuff is just straight like me coming out of my brain, and I feel like it's me tapping into like my ancestors, like using my ancestors like knowledge and stuff to create, because my folks is from the country. They're of the land, you feel me? And doing these pieces, like it just feels like I'm just shining a spotlight on something that has often been forgotten. Because when it comes to Black history, especially Black history in the South, I feel like, you know, we've been trying to ignore what has been, you know, happening within the last like 2 centuries, and we can't keep ignoring it because that shit is popping up right in our face. So it just feels good to be able to just kind of show what life used to look like, because I feel like that's what is giving to me, is like just creating stuff that reminds me of what the people before me may have like gone through, or just like what their lives look like. Because I love nature, which is crazy to me because I was not outdoor girly for part of my childhood. Like if they were like, okay, you gotta either stay inside or go outside, I'm staying inside because I ain't want no bugs, none of this shit touching me. And then like when we be out in Mississippi, like baby, them mosquitoes is bad as hell. I didn't know I was get big because I used to get towed the fuck up by some mosquitoes. Like I remember one time I had like 11 mosquito bites. That was crazy, but that's just how it should be. But as you see, I'm working on this other like still life. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where this shit is, so I don't know if I covered it up or I like changed some stuff, because I'm like, bro, some of the stuff I have not looked at in a very long time. But I have been like turning stuff into new stuff. Like if I didn't fuck with the vibe, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna change it up. Okay, so let's talk art videos. Do y'all want me to keep going with like videos like this where it's kind of just like behind the scenes of me working? Would y'all like for me to like show y'all like technique videos, like how do I paint a certain thing or how do I draw something like step by step? Do y'all want me to talk about different art mediums? Do you want me to talk about like just composition, stuff like that? Like please let me know, because I feel like I'm actually teaching about it, like for real, and I have to know my shit. So I'm like, maybe this will help, like, you know, give me some practice and make me feel more confident and like just be more intentional with like my process. Because I did like a lesson on like portraits for my kids, and like me having to like basically like do step by step like breakdown. Like I literally made my own packet. Like I literally drew on paper like different things and just made it like a basics of portraits like packet, because they're going to be doing their Black History Month figures and they're gonna have to draw them. So I want them to have like a basic idea of how to draw a portrait, like the basic steps. Like, and I know there's like not a certain way to do it, but I just came up with something that I felt like was the easiest way for them to do it. So I was like, okay, you know, we're gonna start with a circle, and then we're gonna do a vertical line down, basically where you want the chin, however long you want the face to be, basically. And they're gonna do a small circle or an oval for the chin, and then, you know, do the jaw lines, blase blase. But it's really crazy because like whenever I draw my portraits now, I actually be doing step by step. I'm like, okay, let me do this, let me do that. And I remember one of my kids asked me, do they have to like, they're doing the drawing, they're like, do they have to follow the steps that I did? And I said, no, you don't have to, because I feel like there's so many different ways to do stuff. And if you have a different way that makes it easier for you to do something, girl, go ahead. do what you do. Like I'm not that strict when it comes to like painting and stuff. I just want people to just have a better understanding, so like when we talk about our art, we can actually know what the hell we're talking about, you feel me? Because like we even do critiques, because that was a must like in all my art classes. But I had to, you know, kind of even just teach them like what is a critique, like what are we going to share with the critique. Because I know we're doing like a positive, an area of improvement, which is technically a negative, and then another positive, just so you round it out and you're not just like solely focusing on the negative stuff. Like give them a little hype for like whatever they did and stuff like that. And it's just funny to just see how much like my kids have grown, because a lot of them, they would never consider themselves artists, but I feel like they're actually doing a pretty good job. Like they're actually doing really, really good, and that makes me feel good. And for me to be an art teacher and to be kind of teaching this next generation, it's kind of surreal. Like it's really kind of surreal, because I'm like, bro, like the techniques I have, all the knowledge that I have like gained as an artist, the way I do things, this is me preparing the next generation. So I actually want to be like, you know, actually giving them something to learn. Like I don't want them to be like leaving this class and be like, I don't even know anything about art anymore. Like the only way you don't know is if you literally just don't try. But I don't play about art, like, because I feel like a lot of people think art is just like a little play class, like it's not for real. And everybody know, like, no, my class is for real. Like you gonna have to do some work. It's just not finna be like, oh, you just draw, scribble scrabble. Look at this big old man, all up in the camera being nosy. He looking at the window. He like, who the fuck is it? But if you have any questions about art, please let me know. He's cracking me up. Y'all will see more of Shadow, because he's been popping up more in my videos, because I'll usually like I would try to record when he's like asleep or something, because he is so damn nosy. He will be all up in the camera. I love him, but he be blocking this shit. And if I'm doing a makeup video, I need you out the way, because I would cry if I look back at the footage and I'm like, bro, you can't even see me. But yeah, I love my baby. He is so adorable. He's a Great Dane, if you don't know. A big ass motherfucker dog, which is crazy, but I feel like it fits, because I'm a big ass bitch. So me and my big old dog, my big old stinker butt. Everybody keeps saying he's spoiled, and I feel like I used to try to deny that he's spoiled, but then that nigga is spoiled. I mean, I'm spoiled, so I mean, he's just like his mother. Like we're cut from the same cloth. You feel me? But it's so funny because it's just hilarious, because if you don't know, Scooby-Doo is a great thing, and it just makes sense. Like it just really makes sense. And I feel like me and my baby, like we definitely give Scooby and Shaggy vibes. Like, but I was also watching Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated earlier, and I'm like, bro, like I'm not shocked that there's not any black people in the Mystery Incorporated gang, because, baby, they was playing around with their life, I feel like, because I'm not, like, you tell me all these crazy ass folks doing this shit, hell no. Like, I don't play with spirits like that. Y'all got that, but I love y'all so much. Never talk to y'all later. Bye.